Welcome guys, my name is Peter Velasquez. I'm a filmmaker from Ocala, Florida, and today we're going to talk about my color grading secret, which in reality is not a secret. It's very simple, but I get asked all the time, like how do I get my colors to look right? How do I get my skin colors to look right? So today we're going to go inside into Final Cut Pro, and I'll show you step by step of what I do, which is actually pretty simple. So let's go into the timeline. So this is a spec ad we shot a week ago for a glove company, and then we did a cinematic interview, and then we did the B-roll, and then we matched it all together. I'm gonna post it maybe tomorrow, so just be aware of that. So this is the look that came out of it, right? And this is the raw footage. You see it's very flat, but from the get-go you can see there's a lot of contrast, there's a lot of pockets of lights and shadows. And then this is the final look. Bam. I love how it looks. I love the teal and orange. This was obviously a lighting setup. I don't have too much gear and lights, so my lights are a little smaller, so I did my best. I kind of like the way it looks. I know it could be a lot better because I have a ring on the background and you can barely tell, but you know, you learn as you go. So let's go about the grading, the color grading, right? So let's start. Okay, so I shoot on a Sony FX3, and this is the first step, just converting your raw footage into Rec 709. But the way I do it is I use Phantom LUTs. Phantom LUTs are this really great quality LUTs that give you the Arri Alexa look, right? So they got a bunch of them, not a bunch, but they got a good amount of different looks. And I always use the same one, it's Vision Teal. So you can see right here, this is the Vision, no, actually it's Vision. So this is the first step I do right here, and from the get-go, it looks really good. And this is all with just one click. A lot of people might stop there, but I always try to do a little bit more because there's always more to do, you know, but you always do it in details. So first step, apply the Phantom LUT. Personally, that's what I do. I'm gonna link it down below. I'm not affiliated. I'm just a huge fan, and I always, like 100% of the time, this is the LUT that I use as a base color. So let's move on. Next, we have Dehancer. Dehancer reached out a couple months ago, and they asked for a YouTube video review. In exchange, I could keep the license for 3 years, right? So it's been a while. So from that video I did till right now, till today, I have learned a lot about Dehancer, and honestly, I love it. I'm not affiliated with them. They didn't ask me to do this video, but I do get 10% off. So if you ever want to do Dehancer for your color grading process, make sure you use the code, support your brother right here. So this is the look we get as soon as we apply Dehancer, right? And this is tweak to my liking. So this is before, this is then after, right? Most of the time, because I like that contrast look, I will use Kodak Vision 3 500T. I think T is for Tucson. So, and you have a push and pull right here, right? So this is like the look. Okay, let's go back. Let's take this off. So you got the print, and you got the film, right? So let's do the film. Oh, and this is how it looks. And then you play around with the push and pull, right? This is the developer. Let's take this out, take this out. And when I do the film, then I will go do the print. We enable this. Then you have Fujifilm, and you got Kodak. Most of the time I use this one. Most of the time I take this out, target whites, because it will lift up a little bit more the image. So I will take this out. There's a little bit of, let me see, color density. You always do color density, so you make it's like making your colors saturated but not increasing the exposure. Hopefully I explained it right there, because I'm not a colorist. So all right, so let's go. Okay, so then you go film developer, let's enable that, and you got color boost. So that's your saturation right there, and you see the difference right here. Film compression, let's do this. Use a little bit of, you get like little details and difference, right? So this is density. This is very important, because this is like making your skin tones have a more pop, but not increasing the exposure on colors. I think it actually takes them out. White point, like you can see it on the right side what it does, and this is all preference right here. So I put it all the way to 120%, because I think if I let it all the way down, or even where it would take a little bit of it could be a distraction. So I just put this right like that. Contrast blue, I didn't touch that too much. Target whites, I don't touch film grain. I'm still not comfortable with it. Halation, no. Bloom, the bloom right here is very good, and it's very short. I think Dehancer has the best bloom or diffusion plugin out there. So this, yes, but I'm not gonna use it for this footage. And then let me see, I didn't even use a vignette, but you can use it, and it's really good too. And that's pretty much it right there. That's my go-to color grading process. Sometimes there's another plugin I use, is density. It all depends, but you can see the difference. So you see how it pushes it, but let's say like 2%, 3%. It all depends on the feeling I want to go to. So far this is what I like. I'm gonna take it out. Yeah. And now you see before, and now you see the after. I'm very pleased how this came out. But yeah, that's my color grading process for like 99% of my work. So this is very important. To get a good look, you need a good lighting setup. At least you need like a 3-point lighting setup. You need contrast. If it looks flat, like there's so much you could do with color grading, but you're not gonna save it. So just make sure before you film, you have a good lighting setup, you have a good setup, that when you do the color grading, it's like cherry on the top, you know? Because if the lighting is not good, there's so much you can do. Or you're gonna do even double the work, because you gotta fix what happened on the day you film. So anyways, this is a short video. I really hope you guys learned something from this. Any questions, feel free to put it on the comments below. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.